I know, I'm super late to every trend. This is like, no one cares about this anymore. It's irrelevant, but you know what? I still want to do it. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is me hopping on the trend train very, very late in the game, but you know what? At least I'm doing it. So today we are testing out a silicone makeup blender. This is actually one that I picked up from TJ Maxx. It was like $4 because you know what? TJ Maxx is the place to go if you don't want to spend a lot of money on stuff that you don't know if you'll like or not. So this is from the Creme Shop. So this is the Precision Silicone Makeup Blender. This was $3.99. Here's what it looks like. It looks like a little boob insert. So I'm going to use this for my entire liquid and cream makeup routine. I'm not going to switch back and forth with tools. This is supposed to make your makeup go further. Like, you're supposed to be able to use less product because it's not absorbing anything. Typically with a beauty blender or any kind of makeup sponge, especially when you wet it, it will absorb a lot of the product and you end up wasting quite a bit of product. So I did try to find this on Amazon because I know it's hard to talk about things from TJ Maxx because the same products aren't going to be in every TJ Maxx store. I don't really know how different these are as far as like material goes. Like, I feel like silicone, so I don't really know how much different you can make these little suckers. But I can't find this on Amazon, strangely enough. Usually I can always find stuff on Amazon, but they do have a website. It's thecremeshop.com. I will link it below in case you do want to pick it up and your TJ Maxx doesn't have it. So I'm going to use a foundation that I haven't really talked about a whole lot. This is probably going to be way too dark for me now because I've paled up quite a bit lately. This is the Balm Even Steven Whipped Foundation. This is in the shade light to medium. So here's what the sponge looks like. So I guess you could use either side. So just from what I've seen, people don't really tend to like silicone blenders or sponges. Like, it's a good concept, but the technology is definitely needs to be improved. Okay, why is this actually a little bit lighter than my skin tone? Like, look how dark this looks. That's darker than me. So I'm just kind of like stippling and patting it in. I will say it kind of looks like it's just kind of sitting on my skin, like a sponge like kind of pushes it into your skin to where it just kind of meshes. It is kind of awkward. Like, it feels like you're like, I feel like this is a pretty good way to conserve product, especially if it's a really expensive foundation. I will say I feel like I'm getting the normal amount of coverage that I get with this foundation. Okay, so it's really hard to blend it into your hairline. It just kind of wants to cake up. But now that we kind of have it all applied, like we have our base down and, you know, the coverage that we want, I'm just gonna go around and pat this in to see if I can make this mesh into the skin a little bit better. It is pretty hard to get around your eyebrows. Like, you can't really get a lot of precision with this. Like, it actually doesn't look as bad as I expected because with all the reviews and stuff, it did not look good. But maybe this one is a better material. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my Fit Me concealer under my eyes. Okay, so I feel like this is gonna be not so great, but we're just gonna go ahead and do it. So I'm gonna start out by patting it in. Okay, it's not bad. Another thing I really do like about this is that it's really easy to clean. Like, cleaning a makeup sponge is awful. I hate cleaning makeup sponges. You can never get all the stains out. Literally all you have to do with this is like wipe it off with a makeup wipe. Okay, you know what? That is actually not that bad. So now I'm gonna go into cream bronzer. This is from W7. I found a bunch of W7 products on Amazon. So this is the W7 Makeup and Glow bronzing base, and you guys have probably seen this be called a dupe for the Chanel Day Soleil Siegfried and Roy bronzer, whatever. I don't love this. There is like a golden sheen to it, but it doesn't really translate onto the skin like that. But if you have the Chanel bronzer, let me know if it has that golden sheen because I probably won't ever be picking that up. We're just gonna get some on the sponge. I don't know how this is gonna work. Okay, well, we got some product on there. I'm just gonna go in with the pointed side now. Okay, so I think I'm gonna switch up on the other side and just like apply a little bit with my finger and kind of like lay it down and then go in and blend it out. Okay, so now let's see if it blends out better once we've laid down the product. I feel like this is better for like an all over the face kind of product, like foundation, and I do like it for concealer, but when you're really trying to be precise with your placement and your application, I don't really feel like this is gonna come in handy. Kind of take this side of it and just kind of like carve out the hollows a little bit maybe. It does look better for sure when you lay down the product with your finger first. Let's try another bronzer because it might just be this product because I really haven't tested this out a whole lot. So I'm gonna go in with something that I do trust. This is the Maybelline Dream Bronze BB cream, whatever. This is in the shade 10 light medium bronze. I love this stuff, but I never use it anymore. Oh, this is such an underrated product. It's so beautiful. Okay, that actually looks very pretty. So I feel like the secret of this is to use liquid products with it. I feel like it needs a little bit of slip for this to work. I'm gonna try a stick. This is the NYX Wonder Stick in the shade light medium. So I'm just gonna go ahead and contour with this. I don't really think this is gonna work out that well where it's not liquid, but we're gonna give it a shot. Okay, that's actually not that bad. I don't know if it's the product where it's so blendable or what, but that actually looks pretty good, and that like blended right in with no difficulty. Okay, so here's what everything looks like up close. This is actually not that bad. I am very, very shocked. I mean, I do like a sponge better. Like, there's no competition there. It looks pretty smooth. Like, my skin looks very soft and smooth. Also, I will say, I feel like this won't really affect the finish of whatever you're using. So if you're using a matte finish foundation, you're gonna get a matte finish. If you're using a dewy foundation, you're gonna get a dewy finish. So when you use a makeup sponge, it's typically gonna make your foundation look more hydrated, more dewy. When I use a brush, it usually tends to mattify my skin and make it look a little bit more dry. And I feel like there's nothing really to this to alter the finish of whatever you're using. So I do think that's cool. I will say if I do continue to use this, which I actually might, I would probably top everything off like at the end with going over everything with a sponge, like just to kind of like push the product into my skin a little bit better. Defeating the purpose a little bit, maybe, but then again, not really, because you're not losing any excess product by using this initially. Whereas if you were using a sponge for your entire application, you would be losing a lot of extra product. As far as like tips and tricks go, I feel like this does work better with liquid products, and I feel like patting it into your skin works better than like swiping it and moving it around. So I definitely feel like you need to kind of go in at the very end and just kind of press everything into your skin. I do find that it helps the products kind of melt into your skin a little bit more. So I would say try to find one of these at your local TJ Maxx. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you've tried any kind of silicone blender, sponge, or teardrop blender thing, let me know what you tried, what your experience is with it, and what brand it is. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me today. Thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe, follow me on my social media, all the links are below, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Mwah.